Yeah, g'day, Bush Camping Tools here today. Well, I've got with me this little light from XTAR, and I'll put the details, all the details up in the description. And it's got a clip on the back and a neodymium magnet there. And as you can probably see here, we're in a cave, and it's not a caving light, and it's not waterproof. It's not meant for caving, but I've been taking it caving. It's meant for sticking in your tent, clipping to your belt, something like that. You can clip this thing to your belt like this here. I can turn it on like this. Let me just turn that on. Right, there it is there. It's got several modes, so it's on there, then another one it's red, another one it's blue, another one it's green, and then we've got flashing red, blue, and then it's red and blue like that, a bit like a police light, yeah. That's pretty cool. And then flashing white, and then you hold it down and it will turn it off. So one click, it's on, okay, and then another click, it goes brighter again. It'll last for about 9 hours on the brightest almost. Looks like a bit of an egg, and it's great for just general stuff. I've got it in here because I just wanted a general light around the area where I'm caving and setting up, doing some photography. And yeah, it's a pretty useful thing. It stays bright for a long time. As I said, I'll put the details up in the description. It's fairly rugged. I've dropped it many times. I haven't dropped it in the water. It's not waterproof. Okay, we've been using XTAR's D1600 dive light over in here. Let me see if I can just illuminate that for you over there. Can you see that over there? Pretty reliable light, good for camping too, just a general light for read by. I found it great to read by. Red setting so your eyes don't get ruined, don't lose their night vision. Hold it down to turn it off, yeah? So let's go through the modes again. Okay, so one click is on, then white, and then the next click is a bit brighter, then the third click is red, fourth click blue, fifth click green, and then we go into these modes of flashing. Another one click we've got between blue and red light flashing, and then another click we've got white light, and another click we're back to white again. If I hold it down, I'm going to go off with that. Yeah. Yeah, okay, g'day, Bush Camping Tools here. Well, I want to talk about this from XTAR, the RC2 200. Now, you've just seen an example of the first generation of this light, which I tested out quite thoroughly by taking it underground in a cave. As I said, it's not a caving light. It is not waterproof by no means. And that was the first generation. And some of the things that the first generation thing lacked was really, even though I bashed it around in a cave a lot, when I actually did do a drop test, this cover came off. Now the cover's made out of ABS and polycarbonate, so it's pretty strong. You're not going to crack it. And what else was a problem with the first one? The problem with the first one was that the cover over the USB port was pretty flimsy. This is much more sturdy, this rubber cover on there. And also I found that the USB port came loose. This one certainly is not loose on this model. Some of the other good features about the upgraded model was, and I think XTAR were really listening to the users here, that is that the drop reading is still 1.5 meters with this material on there, but it now features essentially 4 lighting modes: a moonlight mode of 1 lumen, and that goes for well over 30 hours, 50 lumens, which is actually pretty bright on a low mode, which is 20 hours, mid power level of 100 lumens, and that goes for 10 hours, and on a high mode of 200 lumens for over 5 hours. So what do those values mean in terms of practicality? Well, as I said, though, caving in really pitch darkness, they're all pretty bright. Okay, 1 lumen is is very, very dim, but 50 lumens is actually pretty bright. You know, you can cave on, to give an idea about that, you can go caving on 50 lumens easily. 100 lumens and 200 lumens is super bright. But the thing which I want to mention just as an aside from this, and it's not really an outdoor feature, but which I've discovered, these are USB charging, you know, you can charge it up from there. It's got an internal 18650 battery. Now this one features an upgraded battery capacity. The original one only had a 2000 milliamp hour battery. This has got a 2500 milliamp hour battery, so it's got a much greater capacity. But the thing which I discovered with this is, you know, an added feature about this, and I'm sure XTAR didn't even know this either. You can plug these into a USB cable to charge them, and these are essentially flicker free on the high setting, and it's quite a diffuse light, and it can be used as a tabletop light for photography, I discovered, and a really good tabletop light. And of course it doesn't dim whatsoever, and when it's used at full power it's totally flicker free. Now the added benefit about having it plugged into the USB charger is that if there's a power failure, the light won't go off in the middle of you filming something. So I found that's really, really good. I was using the original one I have just as a light, as you've seen already, around like our base in the cave where I was filming. Yeah, and it's pretty good for that. But as I said, they're not waterproof. You know, they're not meant for caving or anything like that. It's just a handy light around camping, and they suggest things like, as you can see here, camping, you know, reading, you know, it's easy to read with camping, hiking, you know, cycling. It's got a magnet on it, fishing, running, all these kinds of things. Okay, so it comes with this, you know, like waist belt, you know, and you can put your keys in here, you know, when you're out running and that. And if you want to go running with a night light, it's pretty good for that, or you can clip it on your belt. As you've seen in the previous video, you've got this, you know, quick release thing here. So yeah, this one comes with that too. But I just want to show you something too about this. This is kind of like the modern version of replacing something like this. This is a really ancient Russian, actually it's new, it's never been used, but you know, made out of super solid steel with an old-fashioned filamented globe in there, Russian signal lamp, which is, you know, really foolproof light. But there you go. I just thought I'd show that, the old and the new. Yeah, okay. But yeah, the XTAR RC2 200. I've been using this one a lot. I'll show you in a second it charging. To charge it, you just take a USB cable and plug it in. It's the old type, it's not the new C. And the red light here indicates that it's charging. It will go green when it's ready to be used. Okay, so this is charged up as indicated by the green LED there. It's really quite bright. So yeah, and as I said, a magnet. This is pretty handy when you're out and about. They clip this thing onto things. It's a relatively strong neodymium magnet in there. You can see the magnet in there. There it is there, like that. Let's go back to the normal mode. Right, okay, so this is moonlight mode, and then one click to low mode, another click to medium mode, and another click to high mode. Now this high mode is 200 lumens. So now if you click again, that takes it back to moonlight. It will just keep going over and over, cycle there again. So if you hold it down, that will turn it off. Okay, so from any mode in the white light mode, if you double click from this mode, right, so we enter the colored mode. So we've got red here, and then another click goes to blue, another click goes to green, another click, this goes to the police, okay, mode like that. And then another click, it goes back to red, and it will recycle through there. Now we're going to enter into the SOS mode. That's 3 clicks, and it takes into SOS mode. And then another click after SOS mode takes it into this stroboscopic mode. Turn it off. Okay, so I want to lock this so it doesn't accidentally come on in the pack. So you just hold it in like this. and that's locked, right? So when you see that flash like that, if I do this, you see if I press this in, I can't turn it on. Okay, not going to be, if it gets pressed in the pack, you can't turn it. So if I want to get rid of the lock, I do this. See it flashing, and then that's it, and then it's out of the lock mode, and the next press would take me to the next one, and so forth, and back to moonlight. And if I hold it in now, it's going to turn it off. And just to lock it again, just to show you again, hold it in, and that's locked. See, can't turn it on. So there you go. The XTAR new improved RC2 200 egg light. I like to call it an egg light because it looks a bit like an egg. It's very comfortable to hold in the hand. I didn't speak about that. It's a comfortable light to hang on to if you have to, you know, and you just naturally, your hand falls on the switch like that when you want to turn it on, and it's not going to turn on here because I just showed you I put the lock on that, which is a great thing. Yeah, so with a much greater improved capacity battery of 2,500 milliamps. So I'd recommend this for camping and hiking, fishing, all those things that they talk about on there. And it is splash proof. They say this is basically a bit splash proof. As long as this is in there, a bit of light rain on here is not going to affect anything on there if you get water splashed on it the way that the design is. All right, XTAR RC2 200. Maybe this is right for you. Bush Camping Tools here. Thanks for watching.